Hi, my name is Lisa Gray, and I'd like to first thank you for taking some time to learn about our organization. Right now, I would like to walk you through some important parts of how we are going to operate, our cost structure, and how it connects to the key activities and resources in our business model Canvas. This is really important for a nonprofit like ours, where financial stewardship and mission alignment go hand in hand. We want to make sure that all of our stakeholders feel involved and feel comfortable with how they are spending their money with us. So let's first start with our fixed costs. These are expenses that we must cover regardless of how many animals we serve in a given month. These types of things are facility expenses like rent, utilities, and maintenance, and essential staff salaries like our veterinarians, our support staff made up of veterinary assistants, and our administrative personnel. We also have to look at our veterinarians' licensing, insurance, and what our compliance costs are going to be. So it's important that we look at every aspect of those fixed costs. We also need to look at our software tools, different platforms that we'll use to help manage our finances, software that helps us with our pet intake, practice management software, and then also donor management. These costs are directly linked to our key resources, our team, our physical space, and our ability to operate within regulations. Without these foundations, we simply can't offer the care that we want to provide. Looking at variable costs, those can shift depending on the number of clients we serve or outreach programs that we have in the works. So things like vaccines, medications, surgical supplies, those consumable clinic materials like gloves, syringes, even cleaning supplies. We also need to look at variable costs that will include the outreach program materials like flyers, transportation costs for if we do a mobile clinic, and then of course we are really hoping that this is an area that we are able to embrace is our volunteer support. So we want to be able to offer t-shirts and snacks during events, things like that. These expenses are tied closely to our key activities. Our key activities include spay and neuter surgeries, vaccinations, and our community outreach that's focused on reducing intake to high kill shelters. When the demand is high for our services, we know that those variable costs will increase, but so does our impact. So it goes hand in hand, and we're really excited about that. We'll be able to look at those variable costs and through accurate budgeting, be able to continue to provide the services that we want to provide and make the program sustainable. All right, so cost shifting. Let's take a moment to kind of talk about what it means to shift fixed costs to variable costs, or the other way around. If we shifted some fixed costs to variable, we could do that by partnering with local vets instead of employing a full-time staff, and use veterinarians as volunteers or trained veterinary staff as volunteers. Most of us in the field are doing it because of our love for the industry and our desire to help people and pets. So that's an area that we can shift. This would also be able to help reduce long-term commitments and help us really build and gain flexibility. This could be helpful if we have funding fluctuations, which in nonprofit medicine is very possible, and with our economy the way that it is, donations could go down. Concern is that we might lose consistency in care and community trust. But hopefully, by building these partnerships with local vets and staff, it helps get the word out to the community through word of mouth marketing. Variable costs that we could turn into fixed costs are things like signing long-term supply contracts or owning our own outreach van. We'd be able to gain predictability and potentially lower costs over time. However, this does require an upfront investment and confidence in sustainable funding and steady funding. So, as a nonprofit, we will be consistently assessing these trade-offs, not just in terms of efficiency, but also how they align with our mission. It's really important to me that we stay as a mission-driven organization and provide accessible and affordable veterinary care to low-income pet owners, and we're able to reduce pet overpopulation. Ultimately, our cost structure is a reflection of our values: accountability, sustainability, and impact. We want to be sure that we use every donor dollar wisely and balance our fixed and variable costs to serve as many pets and people as possible. So thank you for your interest in our program and for your support and your belief in our mission. If there are any questions about how your investment can help us scale our services, please let me know. I'm available. Thank you again.